Oh, howdy, folks. It's your favorite. It's your favorite homegrown teacher, Miss Manderson. Rotate what? Oh, I should turn my Wi-Fi off because that would definitely help with this. Let's turn the Wi-Fi off so I can use my device. And there we go. Hey guys. So it's been a while, huh? It's been a while since I came on live. I've been very busy these past 3 weeks. I've returned to work, and yeah, that takes a toll because it requires a lot of. It takes a lot out of me to be a teacher, so I've been devoting myself to that, getting my systems up and running, getting used to my students. And now I'm actually going to get my eyebrows done because it's been a while. It's been about 3 weeks that I haven't done them. And I want to go get them threaded. So I figured since I'm taking a stroll, STROLL, you know, a roll. So as I'm taking a stroll, I'll just get on here and talk to you guys a little bit. And let me tell you, honey, work has been an experience. Let's not start to throw out any adjectives yet. But work has been an experience. And parenting during this pandemic has been an experience. Because I see it. Howdy, I'm not sure who's with me, but hi. How are you? Being a parent.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you? I'm a parent and my child attends public school. So I get to see it from a parent's vantage point. I also get to see it from a teacher's vantage point. And being a public school educator and a parent of a child in the public school system is quite an experience because I get to see it from all perspectives. And it's not bad. It's actually not as bad. The craziness is still the craziness, right? Because we still have to deal with COVID and what it means to social distance and keeping kids safe and keeping yourself safe. So there's always that part, and that's just something that everybody understands now. Like, if you go to the bank, if you go to the supermarket, if you go anywhere, you know that social distancing and mask wearing is the order of the day. So, of course, we also have to deal with that on our end as teachers. And one of the things that you notice is that it's really, really hard to get kids to keep their masks on. Kids are not good at following those directions. They're not good at being diligent. They're not good with any of that. So a large part of what discipline looks like right now is pretty much reminding kids to keep their masks on. It's, you know, enforcing that common sense factor of you're not just doing it for me. Because if you frame it as you're doing it for other people, sorry, let the bus pass. If you guys cannot hear me clearly, just let me know. Well, that was just a flyaway sound, so let's not judge it based on that noisy motorcycle. But a large part of what discipline is right now is really just trying to keep kids safe and have them understand that they're not just wearing the mask for you or for their peers, they're wearing it for themselves. Because if you choose not to wear your mask, then you're essentially choosing to possibly contract COVID-19. So that's kind of how I frame it with my kids. That's how I frame it with Akasha. I tell her it's not anybody's responsibility to keep her safe. So she can't rely on other people to wear their masks or to wash their hands. She has to make sure that she is doing her due diligence with that. So I tell my students the same thing. And it's been working for the most part. I do have the students who do not comply with the mask mandate and they do not show good practice and hygiene and keeping themselves clean. But we've always had that. There are always people who just don't conform, and that's what it is. You know, everybody doesn't conform, and we don't all conform to the same thing. So with that being said, that's one part of the job that's become a little bit more annoying, if you will. But it's what it is. Like, you work with children, thank you. You work with the public, you know that's how it has to be, and you go with it. So, and it helps me in the long run too, right? Like, I benefit from them practicing uh, proper health and safety precautions. So we go with that. So that's one part of the job that's gotten a little bit more complicated, I guess. One thing that I will say that I don't think is working for the public school system right now is the administrators who continue to instruct teachers or basically tell teachers to use the same old methods as before, right? Like, in terms of how we're grouping kids, in terms of how we're responding to learning deficits, there isn't much change from what I see. Administrators are still telling teachers to break up class time into these fragments that really disrupt learning for the students. It doesn't allow them to think through a particular practice or strategy, right? It's just like, do this and then do this and then do this. And what happens is the kids get so disjointed. You know, they're running to this teacher for that and this teacher for that, and it's kind of hard to watch them flounder with keeping up with all of the different teaching styles, all of the different types of groupings and this and that, and all of these different parts of the process that we put them through, right? And then we wonder why the kids are not getting it. They're not going to get it if we don't streamline our practice a little bit more, right? And until the traditional methods of education changes, we're going to continue to see schools fail. And I don't work against the grain in the sense of I'm not out there being a big mouth and pushing my ideas for school reform, because I'm not at that point, right? I'm not at the point where I need to cause a stir, because I think if you cause a stir too early, you put a target on your back, right? And I'm not at that place yet. I'm still refining my own methods. But what I am doing is creating a vision for a school that is extremely different from anything that we've seen before. And a lot of it's grounded in four very distinct theories. And it's the four theories that kind of guide my practice. And it also, it's going to be very, very revolutionary in the sense that I haven't seen a program design that follows my process, my way of running a school. So I'm very excited about that, and I kind of use the moments that I'm working in the public school, my last 18 years. I'm using those last 18 years to kind of build a better school based on all of the issues that I see within our current school system. So I'm taking what works, which is the idea of making sure that all kids are educated, and the idea of resources and what competency looks like. I'm making sure that I keep the things that work within the public school system. And I'm going to be building on all of those to just create one that's a little bit more equitable and a little bit more academically savvy. Like, if we want to get different results, we have to change what education looks like. And America has a very interesting way of just doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And unfortunately, that hasn't gotten us very far. So it's time for me to just flip it all on its head, change everything about it, the way we group students, the way that we train teachers, the way that we develop curriculum, the way that we use timing within the school day, how we enrich our kids to build social and cultural capital, how we funnel resources into different facets of the school. And hey Benny, how are you? And I've been drafting this up for a while, actually. I won't say a long while, maybe over the past year and a half. I did one talk at the University of Washington where I introduced the basic framework for this method, and they loved it. It was really, really well received. So, just with that brief introduction to the method and the feedback that I've gotten, I'm very confident that I'm on the right path towards revolutionizing education. And I'm really excited. I'm very, very excited to think that I might become the face, or I will become the face. I need to speak more authoritatively on my future here. But I'm very excited about becoming the face of education and a system of education that works. So, y'all be hearing a lot from me about that. Um, oh my God, filling you guys in. So, why does my phone keep telling me to rotate? Oh, there we go. One of the roles I'm playing this year is union rep. So I'm the voice of teachers, or the intermediary between teachers and administration, and how they're doing things and how it's impacting teachers. And it's an interesting role to be in. I'm learning a lot. I think the things that I'm learning will also help me in my activism and my advocacy, rather, because I'm learning a lot about how to address issues in the least threatening way possible, because it's a very thin line that you walk when you're addressing your issues with people. And, some people get very defensive, or they get very combative, or they become very vindictive and start to take steps towards making your life miserable. So it's important to understand diplomacy and how to address things in a way where people feel like, whatever. I'm not going to give away my secrets yet. But I'm learning a lot based on my role. And it's a hard role for me, but that's mainly because I'm dealing with some health-related issues. And, remind me to tell y'all about that drama. So I'm dealing with some health-related issues, and it makes it hard to kind of do many things, because I also just need to rest in order, I think, to recuperate. And with all of these different roles come, of course, different time, usage of my time, right? Time allocations. So it does pose some issues to work in that role, because I need to take care of myself. But overall, I'm learning a lot by being the union representative. And even when I told them that I'm not sure that I'm cut out for the role, or that I can fully commit to it because of my health, they're like, no, we'll help you with the parts that you need help with. And it's really nice to see my colleagues kind of trust me with their well-being to a certain degree, and I don't intend on letting them down. So that's another beautiful thing. But let me tell you something. Hey, babies. But let me tell you something. If I was a walking woman, if I was able to get up and walk right now, Mama would be limping. My legs are so sore. You'd think that I was running like a marathon in competition with a Kenyan, because my legs are so sore. I'm limping in my brain, right? And I think my body is just having a hard time getting back in the swing of things. Will this phone stop pissing me off? Getting back in the swing of things in terms of work. For a year and a half, I've been home, kind of working from home, and it's so noisy up here, right? I've been working from home. I've been kind of allowing my body I can use the bathroom whenever I want to. I can cross my legs whenever I want to. So my body had gotten so accustomed to that. And now it's thank you. Now it's my body is going haywire, trying to readjust to not having a bathroom, not drinking enough water, not eating enough food. And it's going crazy. So if y'all hear me saying I'm resting or sleeping or laying down, don't judge me, because I get a lot of judgment. Why are you going to bed so early? I can't believe you're sleeping already. I'm not necessarily necessarily sleeping, but I'm resting. Like, damn it, I'm 41 years old. This body's kind of old. It's been doing a whole lot of work for 41 years, so give me some slack, all right? Cut me some slack and give me some grace. That's all I ask, but know that I'm not sleeping all the time. I'm just resting the old junk in the trunk here, all right? So what y'all up to today? Hey, Chrissy, I see you. How you doing, baby girl? I'm here trying to get to the eye threading spot so I could get my face looking right for Monday. As you know, Mama got to be right for work. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I might stop and do my nails if the girl's there. But that's not very likely because I don't want to be touched today. My legs are hurting so much. I don't want anybody touching me. I would take a massage though. Any volunteers for a full body massage? I've been looking for masseuse since the freaking summer. Y'all see how I'm bumping around? Thank you for New York streets. So let me talk before I go, because I'm about to go actually. I'm on the main road and I like to be alert when I'm up here. But these teacher mandates that are happening, that's going to be the next big thing that I talk about, because I'm both critical of the teacher union and the Department of Education. Because what I feel is teachers were shafted in the whole negotiations regarding the vaccines. And I'm a pretty open-minded person. What the hell is it so noisy? What's wrong with these bastards, yo? But I think the union let the teachers down a little bit in those negotiations, and it's sad, you know? But in Jamaica, we have a saying that you can cut off your nose to spite your face. And what that means is that you're going to do something that's going to hinder you just to make another person learn a lesson. And that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. We're already dealing with teacher shortages to start with. And now you're going to act like you don't need the people who are there and force them to leave because of the vaccine. And to give up valuable people who have been running your schools during the pandemic because they didn't get a vaccine, is a terrible thing to do. I know people who were working outside of their assigned capacities, meaning I know colleagues of mine who were running schools when the administrators were sick themselves with COVID and with other ailments. And these people were running the school. And now, if those people choose to not get the vaccine, you're just going to put them out. So loyalty towards your boss, questionable right now. Showing value for your employees, I'm questioning the Department of Education on that. The union's ability to bargain or negotiate on behalf of its teachers is under scrutiny right now. Because from what I see, for it to be enforced that teachers have to leave the job, take a leave of absence, and it's not just a leave of absence like a police will have charges on him pending investigation, and they'll offer him leave without pay. Right? We have people right now who are in what's called the rubber room because they have alleged or pending investigations or whatever, and those people are being paid while at work. Excuse me. Thank you. And those people are being paid while not on active duty. And yet we're telling teachers and staff personnel, rather, let me say personnel. I'm a teacher, so I always speak in teacher voice or from the teacher's perspective. When we're going to tell school personnel that if they don't get the vaccine, they cannot be paid because it's absent, they're taking a leave of absence without pay. Yeah, they're taking a leave of absence without pay. So what you have done now is basically people who have basically rearranged their lives to accommodate teaching and bought their houses and have their mortgages and have their car notes, because this is the job that they have a contract for. You're telling these people that they cannot come to work because they're not vaccinated. Federal workers have not yet been mandated to get the vaccinations, right? Why is it that we are so comfortable turning the education system as it stands on its head by telling teachers they cannot come to school and work unless they are vaccinated? It is a gross misuse of power on the Department of Ed and who else is it? The Department of Health. Because what you're doing is asking teachers to carry the burden for the country of keeping the country safe. And these teachers, they work in their masks. Another point that I have to make before I go. Before there was a okay, so some more noisy man. Sure. Before we had a vaccine available for people to take, we still had blended learning. We still had personnel in the school, and they were still wearing their masks and keeping the kids safe and keeping themselves safe. So now we made it through the first year of COVID without a vaccine, and schools were still open and people were still going in those buildings every day. So why is it now that there is a vaccine, your resort is to force people to take it? That is my issue. It's not about should people take the vaccine or not. I think people should do everything that they can to try to stop this disease, this virus from spreading. I think people should take a stance and do what it is that they feel is the right way for them to combat this virus. It doesn't mean that everybody can withstand the vaccine, because the vaccine messed me up. But I still am fine with my decision to take it because I rationalized when I was taking it and I made the decision. But if a person decides that they're going to do their best to wear their masks and sanitize their hands and all of these things, then that should be their way of contributing to minimizing the spread of the virus. I don't think that everyone should be forced into taking the vaccine. I don't believe that anyone should be forced into taking the vaccine. And that is what the Department of Ed is doing. And they're cutting off their nose to spite their face. Because come Monday, they're going to be understaffed. And then they're going to be bringing in random people from all over who don't know anything about teaching or running a class. And then they would still not have achieved their goal of making sure that kids are learning. So I don't really see what is to come of that. But hey, it's above my pay grade, right? That's absolutely above my pay grade. And it's a sad thing, I must say. It saddens me. But there's nothing I can do about it. I know there was another point I wanted to make, but I'm also at my destination. I don't want to just stand up on the sidewalk like I'm a street walker or a street roller. So I think it's best that I bid you guys adieu. I have said enough. I think I said enough for you guys to... Miguel, what's up? I think I've said enough, guys, for you to chew on for tonight or for today. And I catch you on the other side, loves. Bye-bye.